Sound so nice. Proud sponsors: Africa Queen Mackerel, EcoBank Ghana, Syntex Tank, Power Jet Batteries, Franco Trading, and Atabia Herbal. Omunyine boyen, Ekosiisen Abremo. Enti was debi amumwayen na yemfama sa impanyifo. Ene wukiada and sama hodo enegu yapono so. Yebeshana yedini nyina ho nkomo. Ene nso ye day 6 of the Beginning the Year Right series. Day 6, Beginning the Year Right series. And as we've said, we'll bring you the Beginning the Year Right conference. Na conference no year na watch ye we mean de nimi ya na conference no baso. Baso Movenpick Hotel won Kran ha. Beautiful place. It will be a beautiful conference until Saturday 17th January. 8:30 a.m. Ne yashase anopa non watche ne fa. Meaning they are Movenpick Ambassador Hotel. And you need to be there. You need to be there. In some watu radio so if beginning the year right speakers are the one abba new mamba be mo and identity. For example, you need a plan for your life for the year. How do you develop that plan? But that plan is extremely necessary. Because we sit down plan and we sit down for your life, which is even more important. You need one. But how do you do it? And the speakers will take you through all of that process. Now we acquire obeshana wode afaso ehia papa enti munshanen so emaye. And that's why you need to be at this particular conference. Very, very, very important. Na oba ubenya yen official conference book, ubenya 2026 personal improvement worksheet, one-on-one personal coaching session for Muamobeba. There will be job placement as well in the economic zones under the Ghana Skills for Jobs program. And about 300 jobs will be given out on the day. And you have to come. You have to come, Mepacho. This event is powered by Haptel. Useful every day. EDC Investment Limited. With EDC, financial independence is possible. And it's sponsored by Legacy Crop Improvement Center, empowering Ghana's seed industry. Anyway, any Numekua, Eso and saying, ma yedi beginning the year right conference no abremo. But on radio, we bring you the series, day 6. And the Benya Ura Paul Mante. Paul Mante, a managing director, ewo EDC Investment Limited. EDC, EcoBank Development Corporation, into EDC Investment Limited, which is a member of the EcoBank Group. On the MD, ewo. Paul is also an elder of the Church of Pentecost. He's an author. He's a finance and investment consultant. Solid guy. And Paul will join us. Na enrami busan se Paul. Afi topic ben abepeso obedi hon komo. And he sent me this wonderful topic. I say the roadmap to financial independence. If you aspire for financial independence, then the roadmap to financial independence. In the end, no, or best scratch surface ne kakra. Na the real details, no, yeah, the best share a conference, no, because at the conference is also a speaker at the conference. Very, very, very important. Beginning the year right series day 6, Paul will be joining us, and and that will be at 3 p.m. You don't want to miss that interview. Honorable Davis Ansa Opoku Ensubedin Komo, ono ye Emprayeso MP, and Osainso a leading member of the Brian Echampon campaign. Onosba Bekayensa Ewo studio ani no Eddie and community. It's also an interview you don't have to miss. Inti Munshanenson Emfa Emayen. Oman hene kwabna Santia Bekansa yede mehia sem segment no bremo. And then so yate se honorable no brase it's not say mama. Yate se AFCON and a match for the African Cup of Nations at Ekosiisen, Morocco. Until 5 p.m. and yadi yen 5 p.m. just to make room for the sports team to take over, and he had a live commentary abremo from the ongoing African Cup of Nations. Until men say remember my hene kwabena santia kwaba na yedin komono ashisheso. Let me remind you, sir, and for the past few days, the moon say challenge with the YouTube live stream, no. We are still working on it.
It was noise that
there was a lot of noise.
Yes, there was noise that there was going to be either an insertion or something to that effect about comprehensive. Yeah, there was noise around it. Yeah, there was noise around it. But anyway, so Kobusa Nanaka for catcher was there. We are not aware, say, capture shame. No matter. Yeah, no matter.
The national curriculum,
no matter capture was there. You're mindful detail for so a support here. Intino, yeah, Kasa, no matter catch us. Almost catch us, manual, no cry, teacher manual, but it's been withdrawn. So but according to the board chair, let us give it the respect and trust
of
NACA. As it's been withdrawn.
When was it withdrawn?
In fact, he admitted yesterday, say factual. Yes. And Oba no Pebeka say immediately they've taken steps to draw the attention of all.
No, but that is even a problem.
Yes,
because also we are Ministry of Education, physical education and health for senior high school teacher manual.
I mean, you need him. Say I don't know.
Now when BP time they go print to be the quite wanting say
I mean, per se, you did be an MPP NDC. What I wanted
by some people to downplay it.
No. You cannot downplay this because I told him this morning. Say maybe I consume the definition of gender. Maybe I consume we.
And more sexual orientation.
Yes, maybe I consume
and gender identity.
Say how can this be part? How can this be part of the book? So me person me say, "O man no pay for no." So o mu kwa ne ko bi o. If you o mu film ye free obi.
Yes.
Akwa o mo to ne to bi. Akinkan enemy kinkan. So that deceptive politics, I want to tell them that they should stop it. And it's healthy for us as a country. Or man be a no kureka, no kredie wasem eye nano. We have a problem. Maybe the honest, brutal truth, which I find is very difficult to understand, is the NACA chairman saying, say, no kureni omunya we na. No, what you say. And we dey chiraba no pay.
This is teacher manual.
Yeah, I no person downplay him. No, I'm a teacher. You cannot downplay a teacher's manual. It serves as a guide.
Yeah.
So what you say? It is a my coach na Quran say, and Ghana. You can't say gender, and you're bane bema. You see, who feel say, your bar, your bema, so what is the meaning of all these things? Best say,
but how about who say, you're down for Dr. Clement Apart?
Yeah,
and so you post be on the Facebook Enra. Now, or in the Facebook post Enra, no, he was saying, say, what is circulating on social media, no? Now a fake. Because there is nothing like that in there. No, I kind of post.
You see, let's not give room for some of this. And you're healthy for us.
I didn't hear.
This kind of politics they do. And they do, I know. This kind of politics that they do. Wadarama, oh, a lawyer, book in the crown if you win the bayana. Why are we doing this to ourselves? No, I didn't know. Aji and Sem, Yania by also term. Even though we have consumed, it's still not late. Please. Because they are sitting there because of us.
Yes.
They are not sitting there because of their own interest. We got them where they are. Baby, you'll be occupy a public office now. You have two presidents, Swaba, no who more no be from no. Ye Ghana for and you do cut now. If a survey indeed indicates that over 90% of Ghanaians now because
I will share the post now. This is the deputy education minister. Or say the elephant has again been badly exposed.
Oh, please.
See evidence of what we approved after our
but read the book.
And I want us to do that comparison. In the ocean on the post now, this page here can week 1. Who's on the post honorable Henna or the green way be found. It only green way the agenda number 4. On only way number 4 the agenda in the book the gender identity. In the only number 4 no say gender, it refers to the binary categories of male and female determined at birth and the behavioral, cultural and psychological traits typically associated with each. If he wants to say, sir,
so kind of revise number 1. Kind of revise. Revise definition.
Yeah, the number 1 on sex.
Now that's
the same. Okay. Sex, I say the biological and physical characteristics that define humans as female or male. These characteristics are caused by chromosomes, hormone levels, reproductive/sexual organs, and other physical traits. It also means the engagement in physical activities or behaviors involving sexual organs and often aiming for sexual pleasure or reproduction.
And the same thing.
Oh, we know. In the book, is the same.
Is this a proper definition for sex? Yeah, in our constitution, is that the definition for sex? Gender identity now also more year frame. It still finds expression in their own revised one.
It doesn't need the MPP and NDC to tell us what we mean by gender. Please, they shouldn't do that.
No, why
has it been difficult for us? Why has it been difficult for us as a country to state clearly our positions on matter about sexual orientation? Why has it been difficult? Why has it been difficult?
At the end of
definition of sexuality. Our park national revise. Just read that one.
Book we also publish no year.
And what be na 2025 be na we na respond to
no man unim say at the point here papa na also about show no so your friend say naka
professor assigned by now.
Say book we omonya we
or say that insertion
no who dey wa say National Council for Curriculum Assessment of Ministry of Education.
And I'm saying, gender identity, no. We are aware of that.
2025 Ministry of Education.
Oh, Professor. Now, still, what do allowance? As board chair, Naka.
But I see a also so I know see details. Why draw? What call for the withdrawal of the money?
When will direct me? When will let me be a actual schools?
Well, only crater, almost some the crater,
nobody. Statement from not an indication that you have directed schools and heads of schools and regional directors. You have to send a directive to them. One send away Naka statement and distribute.
No, but man, we should stop the joke.
Please, that's the point.
I mean, this whole thing about
we are taking parents for granted.
It's a complete joke.
You took it to the press and printed it.
Joke. We should stop this and let's be frontal with Adiewe.
That's it.
But this dilly-dallying, that's Adieno, we use it for propaganda when it suits us. In Sutia, then we are. It's not cool. It is not cool. It's not cool.
Only revised definition of sexuality. Me pacho.
But mu training school na water mano. ECG training school.
Yes, I heard
yeah, there's one gentleman or Otiewu Papa.
Okay.
Papa. Your friend Hakim. And
wow.
A strong fan of your person.
Hakim.
Yeah. Also ECG. I'm saying, and one
training school. Training school. I was there.
In fact, my name is a more training school.
Oh, yeah, ECG training school. Community 10.
Yes, I know. Catch me.
Yes.
And to kind of say, on can say we are all teacher training. ECG. Obit you do
ECG training school.
Yeah. So mu training amount for.
Yeah. Until Obeko in the ECG. Engineer be on befa we adwuma mu no e was say kokoye training
okay.
It you fire as PROs no now was say koye engineering for non-engineers to understand.
Okay, it's every intima minya ma now into us na maybe Friday meet me na me there's a special edition Beso Creative Monday for the two of us on the countdown to the MPP January 31.
Yes,
we have to just put across the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, now you assess it. So maybe if you indulge on Monday, we will have to pick candidate by candidate and then assess the good, the bad,
and weakness. Last days are dangerous.
Yeah, we have to pick. So,
the Member of Parliament for the Ascent South constituency, Abekansa was studio, ranking member on the Defence and Interior Committee, and also a former Deputy Education Minister. Honorable, you've been on this issue. Problem pie there.
Me problem, I say. Yeah, best Obibia. We NDC new, we MPP new, we CPP new, and your party in Tina Mayor de me.
Yes.
Na Ghana mine, yeah, ma. Omodachi any amamre ni gidi ni esom ne ye mra yadia tumu a ede na ye nsiseye e na me fight for enti se wo ye NDC ni wo ye hwan you tie na sopam because wo omba eco secondary school na se wada ukodwam ukofuom wo studio wo ye wadwuma because wonim se ye wo nsise pa e wo Ghana ha naka e institution wo Ministry of Education hwesopa enti wo mo de enwoma pa na be kwa koma oba na kan na onim pan se wo fia asema be ka kire oba no okọ school na ni teacher kan ho fro kire no a de ni teacher aka no na ogitum wo ye elder wo ye sofo wo preach Sunday ma members no enko school mu enko suan bibi foforo no be carry weight as in the way preach no wo ye imam your Quranic reciters no man Quranic school enko suan bibi foforo na teacher for no nka wo mo de no na be weightia and no amount of libation wa also woni Muslimi and Christian no libation bi ani ho a obetumi apo after akra no akọ school no ma kire na de awi se afei be ma ne oba ntemu asem no enye gender no enye oba ne be ma biu na mo de u feel wo mu no na no utumi mpo de mienu ni bom you read the definition now or you can even have a blend of both and there is no regard to the binary male and female
and that's the gender identity definition of a book.
It is very, very terrible.
It refers to a person's deeply felt internal experience of gender, which may or may not correspond with the sex assigned at birth. It can include being male, female, or a blend of both. This concept goes beyond the binary notion of gender, i.e., male and female, and recognizes the diversity of gender experiences and expression. Essentially, it recognizes LGBT
plus nina.
But some minister and the document no share na. Oh no.
Let me explain that to you.
Yes.
So SAS adiwe and o ma tro dia come teacher for say o mo fa nkyra de we kwa no o ma kyra wi
into book we no e wo out
e wo teacher for na me a we free o mu nsam. It is with the teachers. A teacher for the copies they buy, and they are the ones we have to give the credit to. Is the teachers who raise this
SS2 for
and yes, and the intercept here when they buy. So when they are brave and actually woman we near because the constitution here the binary nature of gender, Criminal and Other Offences Act said they can way a complete departure. Now I didn't buy all the NDC for no more there. No anye tactical. Ombeba be discredited. Say we crash said their park status so I was very tactical. And me raise the alarm on meaning so be so obwa and only evidence only one. So I only raise the gender identity just to test say bia a your omission be and a buying be a foul money so I only raise eno me raise eno anopa e demand say we mon correct and recall it textbooks no by 12:1 p.m. muho and I mean so mako online version no I did say gender identity na free mo the only gender na say and no the right binary definition no ase ho and no mu wie ye no and no this statement by no anajo say we no mpo no one year review, but when you go on their website you know when they inserted that one na omo comprehensive review no man who say mistake na e woman no enye de na say the omasesa no nyina na a new version no na wo kan bi no me person wo kan no you will notice that in the new version no the only thing different in their so-called new revised version
gender identity
and this book are in circulation no gender identity, the definition of sex, definition of sexuality, definition of sexual orientation, definition, diabolic definition of sexual rights is the same. So that goes to show that there is a willful attempt to say and no one will be na obi error. Now they were blaming Titel. Titel did no wrong. Titel a independent consultant development partner said they now man can say naka for a board chair house all through one of the bus a bus as a government grand LGBT governmental agenda now say a co-force they want to sacrifice some people, but you can't sacrifice Titel doesn't have any LGBT interest. They have done curriculum for many countries in Africa. You won't find any trace of LGBT in it. They've done curriculum even before no more. So how come you are coming to sacrifice Titel? That will not wash. So if assuming Titel for an independent consultant being put a mistake now, what say me raise the alarm no? Now we are revision no. They say we free mo bia we free and the one kasa now no as of enra ne what say a year the revised version no. Look at the content, how bizarre it is. How it is laced with LGBT content. Now just a year well for now you have owned it. So if you could hang any other development partner or consultant before Enra and then the woman one kasa and I endorse. So that is why it is very dangerous. Now what kind Professor Prempe the proposal on the constitutional review committee? What kind of portion that is related to LGBT? Now, only on lawyer for money kasa. Any other like-minded advocates are very dangerous.
Jason Semne lawyer for money
kasa. Dangerous. So, to me, ye di near kase Babel Rani Krui MPP NDC. Na NDC the referendum biaba and the Kwako Hrepo NDC fu nyina monko vote yes. E bia na wo fancy being kind man tiase. E bia na wakasa crown akenkan a wunya mrempunku bi sakrata fan kan ye. Obekwa akokan yes. Na de ba be wura constitution mu. Language ni the same things amudi ase book mu. And you see, constitution, 1992 constitution, we are Sisavia. Won't me message human sexual right bill be a bill? Won't me a private members bill be a and then be bra? Won't me cause legislative instrument be a an act be a and then be bra? And this one the way said on the textbooks and no be as soon as WhatsApp proposal and this all the blind partisan consideration now the koto ajitu mu pa wa loko ho textbooks we e be san ba biu eno na ba no be kan antino yema ya ni na ho pa so ye be kan as this agenda
in this no we have to find the way forward. But let me remind more am sure say the live stream no I is stable. You see I is stable, right? In the highest tables, you see, I'm more sure YouTube, no, and then Yamiadom after days of work. Some relative stability and into Ubetima joining with YouTube Asempa 94.7 FM on YouTube. Now Baba share live stream, no, and the experience will be way better. So far you started, you know, you buffering no ABO and I really good. Kudos to your technical team, you know, for working around the clock to make this possible. But there's still more work to be done. In the end, you can join us and watch our live stream with YouTube. Tell your friend, say, and the YouTube live stream is back. Honorable, it is here. Do we have to trust and believe Naka say withdrawal of these books? You
cannot trust Naka Bium. Oma Brichi GD Ghana for because
for allowing this to even come
when one on a print to you, Naka na a print here. and your private school being a coin, one can say, oh, mom, farm, mom, one here, into a cutie quine. We one can as say go. So, being put as a ma, the mandate of Nakan said, you Yasama be a wild butchery review, answer, why approve the print into why you need every and why I tum the print are printed, and now we know in a pew, and ye raise the alarm and run, and so no, the wild device, so what's the son. And so net the office wajia tumun so no what kind so sexuality no and so basa meaning say we can't trust you further, and that is why we are saying say a deliberate systemic attempt, a high level attempt into
and also a week one topic
because a chronic free bro nya buy and only did this year almost first into your first you said your what dream fresh from New Year resolution the way album bad they were poison until the rest of the year boarding house well name the Ekosu St. John they be
sexuality now almost a broad range of concepts related to sexual feelings, thoughts, attractions and behaviors towards other people.
Others.
It includes sexual orientation, sexual behavior, and gender, sexual identity.
Yes, can you say one more
reviewed one?
If they have changed,
because I mean, say feelings towards others.
One more so-called reviewed
sexuality. You know, the one Honorable Apak said, sexuality, a broad range of concepts related to sexual feelings, thoughts, attractions, and behaviors. Toward other people. It includes sexual orientation, sexual behavior, and sexual identity.
Ntim Fordjour am dikoshem. No elephant be na dikoshem. And you na park na say, you a more revised sacrosanct version. How different is it from this one? That is why I'm telling you, say Obi, me raise the alarm. No, I only highlighted gender identity. So fast now, no more
correct gender, gender. But also sexual orientation, which is number 3.
It's the same.
In the book, no. It describes a person's pattern of emotional, romantic, or sexual attraction to others. Because I would have thought, say, Sankawosha or Bane Bema, Ebia, you do
opposite sex,
sexual attraction to the opposite sex.
Yes, and
but to say to others, no.
Who they read one more almost so-called revised version, so that it's not about Ntim Fordjour saying something.
Sexual orientation, it describes a person's pattern of emotional, romantic, or sexual attraction to others.
No version we almost say revised no. And we end this in what to aba. Na say we na education minister and deputy minister and we naka director general say womo asa asemupo ba ho no womo asa tena se asemu no we any ade kwakọ kire wo ba na so ato aba pa enti Ntim Fordjour kana no ntumu aha na abeti ase se me sorry na me kan bibia enye mischief enye malice enye time enye politics eye de matena se ahwehwemu ebe ha wo man no and I'm to dwa. This is about credibility. Enti we sankam de nyina to dwa hyese na enko fast na nko ko ina ga Ntim Fordjour krana o twantro. Now when I just did just one, all of them rise and see when crisis be basa before I'll be issue statement no call all you be from Jubilee House.
Yes.
Wo na kane one minister nti mu nyina mo ko Jubilee House ko see our president na mbobo mu no na mujitu said this is the way forward no the modiba any nti no if I conclude say the introduction of LGBT to schools a government agenda and deliberate one and mischief na ye de we end this nimpa else wutie na sopam na wo ma ye nyina ye sorry waka sabre we ye sofo we imam we ohene we penny bi wo Ghana ha na a few years ago we demonstration ti aban we twam because we feel say bia na LGBT nsem bi no wani enshada hu say de eko wanye aban na ni say obebo values bi hu ban sabre mpo no obi am print bi say anko to school mu na ye demonstration na say ne wo say we NDC ni ana we MPP ni kra aka anu atum because aban wo good will we near de kire mofra no say man sore waka enka they will not even come out to change that gender identity. And when they even came out to change the gender identity, far will be ample say yes because
the other definitions no leaves
they are all problematic.
They are all problematic.
That is what
but then you leave the space open. So okay, say sexual orientation emotional, romantic, or sexual attraction to others.
What do you mean by
that's
others?
Like
you are a lawyer. Obi, what yeah, we are elder, SI lawyer, and Mrenimuni. And you know what is the legal implications in Trasia and Tiasia? Nafato to your constitution. Now, the proposed LGBT new proposals are NDC Constitutional Review Committee no pass a pass referendum on Nafato to say Ekosiisen super pepe. Will that be a coincidence? A coincidence. You start here and I can say, hey, a brave person Mahama can say a catcher a Catholic Bishop Conference say LGBT man cry in here. Yen cause some curriculum if what I'm you shame. And it's our curriculum now, President Mahama can say cause sano or more science said teacher manual and only into way near say they baby boy home by no.
It when is how you teach and the way brewa. You cannot teach student outside this.
You cannot teach it. Because supervision will even flag it because you are teaching a different concept out of what see a bra naka for this statement by ya omoye no tro can say we teacher manual optional and important no one say omuni mo adwuma. And if today we still have a board chair drawing salary and allowance in Naka and we have a director general in Naka who is trying to shift blame with that statement, then Ghana we are not a serious country. Now almost say or a optional open a option can all the taxpayers money eco print distribute to the schools because you see one curriculum implementation as here I spent 4 years at Ministry of Education as deputy. While curriculum now you tease out of that framework and print and develop other material to say teacher manuals, teacher guide, textbooks, any supplementary material. But the most critical teacher because the teacher and the coach and a crown be reproduce, especially in our era of two employee. Two employees, the teacher never can one can the same thing and farmer now. Ubetino. Not a teacher, GES and the Ministry of Education in Naka. Asthma at the woman we are command at the directive account say going forward and woman witness or the children. Now Kurano, Ujana and female and male view, the wow feeling, the wow pe, and the Fahon, na the opeso ye piano. Wait to me, you can even have a blend of both. Nasa wona can also say and important teacher manual is the pedagogical guide.
Teachers they train.
And none they also can we now they call your lesson plan. And no much we can every actually week 2 near woman. And you know we see the best course of action now. As a Ghana ni phone na etia support and they say yeah for money ye. For policies and tonchain, Montreal statement directive and co schools nina and the regional directors nina and recall hard copies nina. Man recall you every digital version, online version, mundility. Namomrent Tenasi. Yet Tenasi we are. And
we all agree on the
and they agree with all the stakeholders, CSOs, education committee, yen never temubi. Ni ahwe ni atiase ni de atoto ya mamra ho na de egitum ni amamra ni moral fabric and culture de egitum na contest no ye de semu wi a answer yakọ ni akọ print de akọ ni ye release online version ni ade no ye wi anu wi a e was the director general of Naka de se wokokra na mo minister of education de e se oba. For me I will be most Parliament. Oh yes, I'll be most unfair to say I'm calling for the head of the minister. I've been a minister before, a deputy minister before, and you know if Naka does this shoddy job, now Ekoba even though be far minister and you are answerable there. But I would not say if anybody's head must be called, it should be the minister. No. But minister no emra after the Naka na one year juma yi ne kodo. Omra me answer question say going then see intia we buy. Ewia then omo year e be safeguard there. Nipa foforo mobile point no on correct bibi say e be san kwakosi bio.
Because my surprise really they say the processes are nyoma we ephemeral.
Yeah.
How it's possible say obia who these dangerous insertions. I can't teacher for nsa.
Teacher for
by now omodi actually the area. That's unpardonable.
Unpardonable.
It's unpardonable.
There must be consequences.
It's
well, if there's no consequence, I just say Ghana for no and must take care for granted.
Because the book at teachers they watch na gender identity definition ni.
Sexuality definition.
That's serious.
Sex definition. It would even make reference to woman kasa so-called revised one.
That's
And you know, the one other concern is a referee say, the one more said that I will say directive no so indicate specifically say they should take steps to unlearn it. Na one new concept. And no, it's a public statement. And I want to start station in Agra for also waiting now. They were not even aware. Until the Ada and so you know go abontain. Until after 3 years, Ntim Fordjour could intercept and firm PR. And no near the accident, you be Babachan Korea within that age group. No, only very vulnerable. And you mean some here. Omadua is very confused. Wo sound the way akwa confused omo further. Enti na kra no be school no, obe free 3 years obe fie no. Na efia ebia konfo ba, ebia sofo ba, ebia imam ba, ebia elder bi ba, ebia chese very strict parents bi o. Na so no, not just even one semester no.
Yes.
I watched the audio actually na. The open no ba be ya chere feeling. You don't know what they will do in their boarding cells, boarding dormitories, what they will do when they go on trips. No, the university we are near Sabia. And one of the worst failure that can happen to a parent say one bread in misru atete oba na teacher a ministry of education a ban bi enso ayere ne ho painting say mon say no ye twena ne ye bewie ne ye say enya akrachefo a ya kire wo mo ade omunim de ni modern trend say sex no it say the amman kro bi so omo aya who apply for PhD and masters bi a gender who be bi am for the imponse just say a whole page is dedicated to gender who be mpa one can you even forget and here na category ben na men call select you will not see female, you will not see male, you see all kinds of strange things and no be near there ba enti masre pa na masre bi unse sa human sexual rights and family values bill
yes
and when we na ka hunti and one person omo ebehwe
na no say akodu hin
our parliament one agage speaker and the majority leader no ejina mu kentin so omo makwan be en lesson on other paper e pie other paper no so be kai a ade etin yon mu delete free mu alien to our practices so sada na po wantumi anya ka the same one kopem da ubedru so omo delete up to now every week bia me gina omo so raise on the floor mo fanship mo say ye fanship up to now omo fanship mu
in the intimi ma floor hokra
and ma floor mpo obi anso ye din enka hwenkyere wom because omo de we kwese mu so obi ankasa up to now crampo no who is talk, apart from one a few media ifo me de kire mo no me hu say objectively no that righteous indignation abadaye ne ayemhyehyɛ ne wo ho no enkae no say interesting to you so then we say interest wa ko dis crack one atumu and so ba no secondary school wo fa ase no onua kuma no oba emasa sunsumboni afane no mum because now no it's a structured systemic policy direction say yemfa we enkyere wo made because me flag gender identity and no pen no free and kind na say ewom and you know it's a very dangerous times we live in but even more dangerous is the constitutional review provision no adofo mom ye me ni nko ho anya sa wo ye ndisi ni wo be kwa koto referendum bia ebe hange the future, the sanity, the morals ene amamre a nka pese odi ja ma omano we no na de osakosha siase no.
Honorable I think it's a good job you've done. I mean, raising awareness on such a very critical issue, you know. If eventually say Abaiji Tum na all these books are withdrawn, near the necessary amendments near sign the qua, I think the better for all of us. Inti kudos for a job well done. Why?
Me da say na mama me teacher for nso abaso. Na ya stress is it any classroom.
Yes.
Woman ho a wo chade. They are the main gatekeepers. Enti no ye wie we e bia as science, e bia social studies, e bia any other a textbook be teacher and learning material be any supplementary material be aba nsemo as a head teacher as a teacher na we hu a won tia se no so one raise am fa ma se de mu raise we ba ya eno no be na masia se ye meyi a ye hu nti no ye bo ma ba so se a teacher for we ba ye no mu raise ma ye me nye hu credit ni nyina na mo hwe de aka nyina mu na yenso ye hwemu munso mu hwemu safoforo bi po de bebe kira monye the gatekeepers na ye moye ye ban ho ye man ho ban na aban otiso idie obone trimpo se LGBT na no betwe afam
ba ya na unso wanya abotre bibia no na ban otiso yi against opposition na
no against
David started the opposition
enter access na me kan say de me yi enye MPP nti na me wa haye enye NDC nti enye CPP nti me man nti na aban be na tiso sesei
NDC aban
sabi Minister for Education tiso President Kufuor na appointed na Director General President Kufuor na appointed MPP na appointed no one year authorized for the distribution they call print they call schools no sabi o MPP ni but the responsibility is one or more atiso and I was a high level mo Jubilee House review we nyina and we here one be to dwa hwe said tie apart from the grant temples will be a mistake the one minister the attack be can so more revise our kan no etasum enti no yes say enya politics na ye nyina ye moa na asofo monkasa mu bi na minister elder God bless you
that's pa Ekosiisen na high Asempa FM Reverend John Ntim Fordjour or a member of parliament for Asen South or a ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee and a reverend minister of the gospel with Victory Bible Church on a pastor on East Legon branch and the ode aba yetimini no edi hon komo eno but I think it's a very, very important issue and we're raising when you read the definitions in the teacher manual. It leaves so much to be desired. And I think any objective reader of what is in the manual would come to the same conclusion. Because mean facade definitions no. It's not cool. It's not cool. And I think you defend it. We should all come to that realization and say, no, this is not good for us. Well, you cannot be defining sexuality, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender, and all of that in those terms. That be this whole thing. Say the binary definition. Name say male, female. I say water it down. Blend it be, and it can be both. A bit my a blend of male, female. A bit my way. It's not cool. And even if I want to go with Honorable Clementa Park, the other Baba 2 on Facebook, I would say this was what they did after the review. The definitions in there are still not enkoyi, you know. Inti idea was say omoshe na omutimi tu ho anamon de emayen na yehwe se de nioma ABC akọ Ekosiisen na high Asempa 94.7 FM. Inti the beginning the year right series day 6 ebebremo Mr. Paul